Preferred Shares Program is an investment program designed for co-op members to invest locally in their store and to keep their money out of Wall Street banks.
The Preferred Share Program is a win-win for the co-op and its owners. It allows owners to get a great return on their investment, better than you can get in any local institution, and it's great for the co-op. We're about to embark on a giant relocation project that's going to cost a lot of money, and we're going to have to borrow a lot of money. So if we borrow it from our owners, it costs us less than if we borrowed from a commercial bank.
I think it's amazingly exciting to be able to be part of a movement away from Wall Street and back to Main Street.
Well, if we borrow it from owners, then we won't have to pay the higher interest rate. We will pay owners a very fair rate, better than they can get locally with their own investments, but we won't have to pay as much as the banks would like to charge us.
Well, the co-op is in very strong financial health right now. We have no debt. We've been debt-free since we paid off the loans from the Elk Grove store almost a year ago. Our balance sheet is very strong. We have plenty of cash. The co-op is operating profitably. It has been operating profitably for the last 4 or 5 years. We've been paying back pensions refunds for the past couple of years. So we're in very strong shape right now. As I've said, the relocation will be a $6 to $7 million project. We don't have $6 to $7 million worth of cash to put into it. We do have significant reserves, but we are going to have to go out and borrow, and we are looking at the Preferred Share Program as another source of financing.
When you invest locally, you put a stake in your own community. You put your money where your mouth is. This is where you live, this is where you shop, this is where your community grows as a result of your own investment. In order to become a member of the co-op, everyone has to have a membership share. Your membership share enables you to have a voice in the co-op's governance. Buying a share or a series of shares out of the Preferred Shares Program allows you a return on your investment and the opportunity to keep your money local, supporting our local farms, supporting our local businesses, supporting anyone that the co-op is currently doing business with.
The critical difference is that this is a way of helping the cooperative financially and investing in a local business and getting a dividend while still retaining fundamental democratic control of the co-op and maintaining the one member, one vote.
It's strictly for investment purposes, for someone to invest more in the co-op, get a great return, and help us lower our costs of borrowing.
There will be 3 series of shares, a B, a C, and a D series. The B series is the least expensive. It's $50 per share, and there's no term on it. So literally you could buy it today and redeem it tomorrow. That share will pay a 1% annual dividend. Then there's a C share that costs $500 per share, and you have to hold it for at least 4 years, and that will pay 2.5% annual dividend. And then there's a D share, and that's like the C share, that's $500, but you have to hold that for at least 5 years, and that will pay 3%. On the C and the D share, you can hold it longer than the 4 or 5 year period, but there's a minimum retention of 4 or 5 years on those.
Well, owners have a lot of options for their investment. They can put it in the bank. Right now, the rates at a bank are hardly anything. At the co-op, we're going to give you a much higher rate, and that's a direct benefit for any owner. You can actually make more money than at a local institution, depending on the type of share you buy.
The B share is kind of like a savings account. There's a very low minimum, $50, and there's no set term on it. So that's kind of like a savings account. We looked at savings accounts locally. Currently they're paying about 0.1%, and we set our rate at 1%. We wanted it to be higher so that it would make it worthwhile for owners to do it. The C and the D shares, because they have a 4 and a 5 year term, they're somewhat like certificates of deposit. So we looked at local certificates of deposit, most of which have a minimum investment of at least $1,000, usually higher than that. And most of those, for 4 years CD locally, they're paying somewhere around 1.5% or so. 5 year one might be paying you a little bit less than 2%. So we set our rates a little bit higher than those to make them attractive to our owners. The minimum amount would be you could purchase 1 B share, and that's $50. You can purchase as many B's, C's, or D's as you want, but the maximum that any owner can invest is $100,000 in any combination of those B, C, and D shares. I think the way that the preferred share program is a benefit to the community is that it keeps more money invested locally. When people put money in a bank, they don't know where it is. You know, when you wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, where's your money? I mean, who knows? It's off, goes off into the world of finance. In this system, you're going to know where your money is. I mean, you can come and look at it every day. You can come and look at it when you're in the store. Essentially, you'll see the benefits. You'll see what's happening to the money that you've invested in the co-op.
As the co-op grows, that means we're able to support our community. We can support more local farmers. We're going to be able to stock more products from local growers. And so that's a win for the whole community, because we'll be fostering the system that the co-op always has been leading and making it grow even more. You know, Sacramento is going to be the farm to fork capital of America. And this is a chance for our co-op to be part of that by growing and expanding and being a bigger part of that.
Like any investment in a corporation, you as an investor would want to carefully read all of the disclosure materials provided by the cooperative. There are a number of brochures, 2 brochures, I believe, and then a number of lengthier documents, if you're interested, that you should carefully go through. And those have audited financials, they have a pretty clear explanation of the project, how much it'll cost, the time frame, and so on.
When these shares are offered, I absolutely plan on buying some. I'm going to buy some for myself. My husband and I have already decided. And additionally, I have already planned to buy a handful for my nieces. I know that they are going to enjoy receiving their monthly statements and seeing their dividends grow.